Merrimack, New Hampshire. Tonight's game is Merrimack Varsity Boys Soccer versus the good old Londonderry Boys Varsity Soccer. Game time started right at 6 o'clock. Merrimack attacking from left to right in their home blues, and Londonderry attacking right to left on your screen in their away whites. Some early action as they try to see what each team is capable of, trying to find their lanes and see who their defenders are. So we're going to see a lot of quick turnovers in the early parts of the game. And Merrimack looking to try to build something now. Nice cross into the middle. He's got another runner on the outside. He sees him. Can't make the turn. Londonderry defending hard. And that's going to go out for what should be a Merrimack throw-in. I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening here at Merrimack TV. This is Mark Heimberg, my typical counterpart, unavailable tonight for some play-by-play and his own version of banter. And so I'm joined up here rooftop with Justin from Merrimack TV.
Great to be here, Mark. I'm glad you could make it.
I am glad you're here, Justin, because otherwise I'd be talking to myself.
That's all right. I bet you could do it. I bet you could do it just fine. It might mostly seem like that through this broadcast anyway. So we'll see how it goes.
Fair enough. Well, I'll try to entertain myself. Merrimack's varsity team is a little bit on the older side. As I look at the roster, they've got looks like about 8 seniors and 5 juniors and about another 6 sophomores and 1 freshman. So they're definitely on the older side for a varsity team, and that certainly means that at the end of this season they're going to have to figure out what's next, because they're going to lose, it looks like, I did a quick count as I stared at the sheet, it looks like 7 seniors. Coming into the evening, Merrimack boys are still trying to find their groove this season. Their record currently, well, let's see, I'll start with Londonderry's record, because that's the one that's up on my phone first, and they are currently at 8-2, so that's a pretty good record, and they could be a bit of a challenge for the Tomahawks tonight. And let's take a quick look. I think Merrimack was 3-6, if I remember correctly, and I'll grab that information for you. Well, it's not cooperating much as technology loves to do at critical moments, but I believe it was 3-6 that they had 9 games, and Londonderry had 10. So
you think the reception up here on this big metal box would be pretty good, Mark? But
it would be good for lightning, unfortunately. but
yeah, we're looking at fairly clear skies tonight. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Yes. As a matter of fact, it's absolutely gorgeous weather for soccer. A little humid, so the grass is going to be slick as that dew point settles in and the dew starts to fall. So we should see a lot of slip sliding action. But currently 78. Oh, nope, 77 now. Londonderry on a breakaway and some very good defending. All ball slider from Merrimack, and now they're trying to build the counter. Londonderry is trying to close that down. They've got 3 guys attacking, 1 from behind now. Ball sprays back to a Merrimack player and back to Londonderry, who pushes forward past midfield. And we've got a 2-on-2 situation building with 3 defenders trailing. And that is broken up handily and distributed. The coaching staff for Merrimack includes their varsity coach, Mirsad Islamovich. And Mirsad, I believe this is his 2nd season with the team. And the assistant varsity coach is Raymond Juno. And the assistant varsity coach is also another Mirsad. And it looks like Yusa, oh boy. I want to be careful with how I pronounce this, so we'll just call him another Mirsad for the moment. There are things I could say with this name that I don't want to come out wrong. I'm going to say Yusufovic.
That sounds pretty close.
And if it's not that, I apologize to both Mirsads if I got their name wrong, but I'm feeling good about Raymond Juno.
I feel pretty good about that, too.
I'd like to thank Merrimack TV for having me back for another season. Justin, is this year 3 for us?
Year 3, I believe, yes.
Wow, how about that? Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies, and the seasons change and the players change. But,
time rolls on, cold wind blows.
But the action does not quit.
It certainly does not, Mark.
Happy to be back. Working with Merrimack TV is always a pleasure. If you have not had the pleasure, they have all kinds of interesting volunteer opportunities that I think Justin will be sharing with you as we move forward throughout the evening.
Absolutely. You know, if you ever want to find out more about Merrimack TV, you can always email me, Justin Slez, or the Media Services Coordinator, Nicholas LaValle, at merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. You can also,
here.
Yeah, you can also swing by.
Oh, that's a dangerous ball.
Whoa.
And broken up. I think Merrimack got a little bit lucky on that one. The defense was not meshing. Sorry to interrupt your call for action.
No,
there,
absolutely. You should have seen the. You should have been listening to the game the other night. There was a big play going on. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I was just reading my copy here. And Rob DeFelice, he's the new football announcer. He wasn't comfortable enough to kind of jump in and cut me off that time. I let him know anytime something big's happening and I'm not paying attention, just just keep calling the game right over me. I got I'll stay this stuff all night in between the action.
I saw the announcement on Facebook from Merrimack TV about Rob DeFelice. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Former MHS student.
Tomahawk.
And a Tomahawk, that's right. And now he's back calling the action. And, I grew up with soccer. Oops, sorry, I'm going to pull Justin's camera over here. I grew up with soccer, so this doesn't seem that difficult to me. But when I think about commentating on football, my goodness, there is so much going on out there at any given moment.
Absolutely.
And more rules than you can shake a stick at. So give them a lot of credit for being able to sit in the booth and see that stuff.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Got a lot of love during the shout-outs on the Facebook comments. So
nice. That's fantastic.
People are happy to have him. I was certainly happy to have him in studio. I was also doing color for the football game as well. And you're right about football. There's a whole lot going on with football.
Yeah,
as opposed to football.
Well, that's just it, right? We have football, and then we have football. And foosball,
yes,
and some places just plain old football, and and then of course soccer.
And don't forget we have volleyball on Wednesday.
That's right. And we Americans really want to push the challenge of what exactly soccer is. So we have a different reffing system than everybody else on the planet for high school soccer with a 2-ref system. That ball coming back, not considered a pass back, but a deflection, and Flanders is quick to pounce on that and scoop it up.
It's like everyone's running the metric system, but we're just not interested,
It's a great analogy.
I'm interested, but
I wish we could move to the metric system because multiples of 10 are far easier than multiples of 64, but maybe that's just the way my brain works. Merrimack trying to build here. Oh, he breaks past the last defender, a beautiful cross in. Pushed away by the Londonderry defense and ultimately goes out. We're going to get a Londonderry goal kick. Londonderry pushing some numbers forward. Oh, and we have an on-field scoreboard working now. That's awesome. We're scoreboard challenged this evening here at Merrimack Stadium. The regular scoreboard is allegedly kaput. I have it on good authority. We have a stand-in scoreboard, but now the clock isn't moving and the score is 22-33, so maybe I was advertising this a little bit more exciting than it was. Forget everything I was saying, but the scoreboard on your TV should be correct.
Fairly accurate. We were talking about it during the football game. I'm glad you mentioned it. We have another volunteer running the piece of equipment that runs the information to the scoreboard and also runs the information to our lower thirds that you're seeing on your screen. Scoreboard on the field is not working, but that volunteer right now is making it so we can see what's going on here and just past the goal there. So we want to thank Frank Martin for stepping up and doing that. We really thank you very much, Frank. Not related to Matt Martin, who was the volunteer that stepped up for football on Friday. So
interesting.
Unrelated, but we thank the Martins.
I used to play soccer with the other Martin, the football Martin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. decades ago.
How was that? You guys kicking butt or what?
It was fun.
It's
It
fun.
was fun.
Good.
My ankles got abused to the point where I thought maybe this shouldn't continue in my life right now, but it was fun while it lasted. Oh, powerful shot. Just goes over the crossbars and actually through the uprights. If we were playing a different game of football, Londonderry would be up 3.
But not so, Mark. Not
No,
so.
indeed. No, indeed. We were mentioning the coaching staff. Londonderry's coach is Mr. Todd Ellis, and he's assisted by Richard Clegg, Nate Gaw, Brian Quartermash, and TJ Cody. Their captains for Londonderry are numbers 3, 6, 8, and 10, which would be Tim Damaris, number 3, Aiden White, number 6, Jackson Lewis, number 8, and Zach Montagari, number 10.
All right.
And I regret to inform you that I don't have information on my rosters for Merrimack's captains.
Yeah, that was
So
just not on there today.
If you have a favorite player, they can be your captain for the evening. All right, we've got a Londonderry throw. Oh, good ball into space. Getting a little scrappy out there. I think that was number 7. I think that was CJ Fricano on that play. Good ball forward. And a little heavy touch. Goes a little bit too far out. And Londonderry on the counter again. Londonderry seems to be finding their groove. They're keeping the ball in that Merrimack final half anyway, not just the final third, but they're getting there and they're finding it. That's good. They called that offsides, but it was tight, very tight.
He doesn't have to touch the ball for it to be offsides, huh? Just has to pass.
That is correct.
Okay.
And the ball, offsides is such a hard concept to explain. Yeah, the ball.
You don't have to explain, but you give it a try here
is,
if you want.
If the player is between the last defender and the goal, not including the goalie, when the ball is kicked, regardless of whether they touch it, if it comes close to them and that's going to be a Londonderry goal. That one was building for a little bit. Merrimack defense trying to regroup now as Londonderry pulls ahead 1-0. So yeah, offsides, as long as the player is onsides when the ball is kicked, then they can pass the last defender. It's a lot easier to see in slow motion. And the international leagues and the professional leagues here in the U.S., they have these wonderful replay cameras where they use AI modeling and they can see exactly where each finger and toe is, and they can call it down to the millimeter. But we will need to trust our officials who are right down there close to the play and a lot closer to it than we are. So Londonderry on defense. Here comes Merrimack. Oh, nice little juke move. And still they're putting it together. Nice passing from Merrimack.
Ooh.
That's going to be a foul. It's outside the box, so I think it's just going to be a talking to and direct kick.
We definitely want to thank the refs. Anyone that's doing any kind of reffing for the NHIAA is forever grateful to them. You want to find out any kind of opportunities, you can check out the NHIAA website.
And I stand corrected.
Always looking for refs.
They called that one in the box. It's going to be a Merrimack PK.
All right, here we
Looked
go.
like he was just outside, but again, I don't have the angle that the officials have.
Yeah, we got like the bird's eye view.
We do. The angled bird's eye view.
The angle, yes.
All right, here we go. Big opportunity for Merrimack to tie things up. Nicely taken.
Nice. Right in.
Goal, Adrian Talbert.
Wonder if that's Frank down there running the scoreboard doing a little.
Folks, please stop by the concession stand, support your Merrimack Striker Club. Visit the lovely ladies.
We're being encouraged to visit the Striker Club snacks Justin, but I don't think my headset cord is long enough.
It is certainly not, but you know, if you put it down and you want to go grab us some snacks, that's totally fine.
I am more than good to go here.
All right. I definitely made sure to eat before coming up on this big metal box here.
Good idea. So we're tied up 1-1 here high atop Merrimack Stadium. And let's see. That was scored roughly in the 14th minute. And I'm getting some messaging pertaining to the game. Yep, it's good now. I guess there was a minor glitch with some scoring. But it looks good to me. It is indeed 1-1. All right. Merrimack pounding it down the field. Londonderry scrambling to get back. Merrimack keeps that in play, still in play.
Chasing it down.
Nicely weighted ball down into the corner, and Londonderry's going to clear that out to close to midfield. If you're watching at home, one point to note is that the soccer lines are the blue lines that are on the field. Unfortunately, they're pretty faint. Maybe when the spotlights come up a little bit more, you'll be able to see them better, but it's not the typical white lines of the football field. So if you see people running beyond the lines and no whistles and everybody thinks the play is still happening, it's because it is.
Yeah, they got to get a more deep blue maybe on there. Maybe the dew point is kind of wiping it away here.
I think it looks like it could use a touch-up after lots of season games.
Yes. Fortunately, we're saving up for a new scoreboard part, so.
Very nice. And Justin, I know thanks to the magic of technology, we're being picked up anywhere on the globe, really, that people want to watch.
Yes, absolutely. You know, if you haven't heard, we have the new Merrimack TV app, so you can actually take us with you anywhere you go. It's available on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, on any kind of TV device, and it's also available on iOS, Apple iPhones, and Androids. So
very cool.
Be sure to download that Merrimack TV app. You can watch the game live, catch the replay, all kinds of other stuff, meeting coverage, events, all on demand. So.
We may, in fact, have viewers tonight in the greater Chicago area and the White Plains, New York area.
Great. I've always wanted to go to Chicago. I've never been.
Chicago's a fun place. Just need to know where you're going at all times. Lots of volleying back and forth in the middle. Nobody able to pick up a dominant position on that ball. Merrimack earns the foul, and they're going to drop numbers back for Londonderry. Got a pretty good crowd for both sides here this evening.
Beautiful night.
It's a beautiful
night.
Like
you said, a little humid. I was a little toasty setting up in the sun here earlier, but
I would think, yeah. And the
wonderful night tonight for this.
The booth beneath us is still very warm, and it is literally a buzz. There are bees everywhere down there.
Yeah, are they bees or are they wasps? It's hard to say. You know, I have a hard time telling.
I've seen 2 different kinds of wasps and 1 type of bee.
Yes, so certainly a buzz, I guess. Yes.
Yes. So it's interesting coming back to broadcast with Merrimack TV again. Now that it's been 2 years since my youngest graduated from high school, so team looks different. A few faces are the same, including Drew Flanders, who just ripped that ball out of the sky.
Drew a senior this year?
Drew is indeed a senior this year. And very agile keeper. It's always fun to watch Drew play. foul on that little extracurricular activity. Here comes Merrimack. Going deep into the corner. Ball still in. And Londonderry has some room to run and some of the nicest grass on the field. The corners are beautiful because that's outside the football lines.
Yes. Could have a picnic on those corners.
Oh, it's really nice grass. And the field is definitely looking like it's been a long, wet season, and boy, has it been. Merrimack still in the final third for Londonderry, trying to put something together, but here comes Londonderry. Merrimack breaks that up with an incoming slide. We're just about halfway through the first half. Oh, a nice shot by Londonderry, but it goes up and away. Just got a little loft under it. And Merrimack getting ready to regroup here as they push numbers forward. And it looks like Londonderry's got a couple of subs coming on, and Merrimack has one for themselves as well. Nice boot by Mr. Flanders, headed high by Londonderry. And that ball is going to go out for an attacking throw for Merrimack just beyond half field. Nice pass back as they try to set something up. That ball spinning right on the line, stays in bounds. Still in bounds. CJ Fricano looking for something. There's an opportunity for Merrimack, a nice ball back. Oh, just a little underweighted, and they could have had something there. Nice concept, nice build-up. And it's going to be Merrimack ball again. Justin, I know you've had some weather challenges this season already.
Yes, so many weather challenges.
I feel pretty lucky to be standing up here and it's not downpouring or, no electrical storms.
Yeah, I remember you and Andrew last year were commentating in the rain, and I thank you both for that. That is, it takes a lot of dedication to do that. So, sorry you had to do that.
No, that's what
be thankful that we're
game
here
is
tonight
all about.
with some gorgeous weather tonight. So,
and we have more soccer games coming up for you. We have Merrimack boys again this Thursday, I believe.
Yes.
And then we have 2 girls varsity games coming up, I think in about 2 weeks.
I think you may be right.
Don't have the exact dates in front of me, but I believe the games are 1 week apart, so we'll have essentially a bye week from our broadcast, and then I think a game on Tuesday and another game on Tuesday.
Yep. Be sure to join us again on Thursday.
Absolutely. And if you can, come out and join us in person.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be another nice day, I
nice
believe.
week. Don't want to jinx it
I
now. But
know as I go to the weather app to see what we're in for. No, Thursday looks nice. So, and then there's the weekend.
And then the
I shouldn't have looked.
Too bad.
Yeah.
The last little long weekend before
I
Thanksgiving here.
I know it.
I think we have, what do we have in November? Veterans Day?
Yes.
So maybe there will be another little long weekend, but it's going to be a little bit of a stretch to get there. Hope we'll all enjoy it this weekend regardless. I don't know who gets Columbus Day off, or if it's Indigenous Peoples Day now, or what's going on with all that. I know I'll be working for the town here.
Yep. My company will be working.
Okay.
I will not that day. I'll actually be transporting people back to schools.
Ah. Is that a long haul or what?
Yeah, not bad.
Couple hours, or what are we talking? What are we talking? Not bad, like 5 hours?
4.5.
Okay.
5 with traffic. through Connecticut, there's always traffic.
Don't even get me started on Connecticut traffic, Mark. Always, every time I was visiting a friend in New York, I decided to drive at night earlier this summer, and it's just about midnight. And I'm pulling through Connecticut, and there is dead stop traffic. I could believe it because I've been through Connecticut so many times in traffic, but I just didn't want to believe it.
Yeah, it's a tough state to get through.
But man, those roads.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any dominance here between either team.
Just hanging out kind of in the middle of the field right now.
There's some good build-ups and some good breakups. And, they're really just trying to find their way against each other. And I think what we're going to see is this is going to continue for the rest of this half, I would bet. And then I see some scoring opening up in the second half.
I'd say that's a fair bet. I would not bet against it.
I will not tell you who I think is going to score next, though.
Okay.
Because I'll just get it wrong. But I like the energy I'm seeing from both teams as we get this first half on the books. We got another roughly 14 minutes. Merrimack keeps that ball in. Merrimack does not keep that ball in. Late whistle. And that's going to come back out for a Londonderry throw. Or we got some, I don't know what they called then. Might have been some extracurricular on the field. No, it's a throw. All right.
Substitutes coming in.
Yes. And I would tell you who they are, but my roster does not have anybody's jersey number with it for Merrimack.
Got a lot of filling in on information on the Merrimack roster, I guess.
I can see I have some homework to do before Thursday. It's going to be Merrimack throw. Ooh, big throw into the mix. Ball pops around a little bit, and fortunately got a little bit too much under that one as it went toward goal. And keeper's able to watch that one go past safely and prepare for a goal kick. And a good boot out to midfield. Turned back around by Merrimack. Settled with a man on. Second man coming in for containment. Some good ball movement here. Little too heavy a touch. Unable to keep it in bounds. All right, here we go. Merrimack's got the ball again. Throw-in goes in. Good throw right to his feet. And starting to really like the build-ups I'm seeing from Merrimack. A lot of thoughtful passes going on. A lot of opportunities being created. So far, that final third has been a challenge for both teams as we stand 1-1. Got a Londonderry throw. And we've got a Merrimack substitute and some confusion. And no substitute for Merrimack.
No substitute for you.
I guess not. You come back next half. That is one thing when I was coaching, Justin, I always worked with kids on not leaning down for the headers. It really makes me uncomfortable as I see a head go down to head and a foot come up to pop the ball.
Recipe for disaster, I would say.
Yep. Always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Still does.
After all these years.
Yep. There we go. Londonderry's picking up some momentum now. Broken up by Merrimack.
Yep, Merrimack's still playing aggressively, though.
High ball away. Londonderry recovers. All right. Got a Merrimack throw. But now Merrimack's going to make that sub.
You're watching tonight's game on Merrimack TV, Channel 8 and HD 1072, online at merrimactv.com. And we're also available on streaming devices, Apple, iOS, and Androids. Just download the new Merrimack TV app. Take us with you where you go, anytime, anywhere. All kinds of good stuff on there. Check it out.
It's pretty awesome that you guys have your own app now.
We love it.
It certainly simplifies those announcements because last year I used to have to talk about the Screencast app on
Yes, the ScreenWeave app.
ScreenWeave.
Who
That
could
was
forget
it,
the
ScreenWeave.
ScreenWeave app?
And I kept thinking, boy, if I'm not writing this down, I'm not going to remember how to do this. But now, you've got your own app. All I have to do is download it, and I'm good.
Just download Merrimack TV. There you go. That's all you got to say.
Just think of that. You can't escape school committee meetings now. You can bring them anywhere you want to go.
Absolutely. Made a pretty good one last night. School board.
Yeah.
They had a little update from the Planning and Building Committee about an SAU office. So I would encourage anyone to check that out. It's about the 45-minute mark in there.
Very good. Ooh, big opportunity here. A shoulder-to-shoulder charge. Londonderry still working at it. Wow, that is some fierce offense by Londonderry.
Yeah, just plowing right through.
He really held his own through traffic. And if I were a ref, I would be trying to settle things down right about now.
Yeah.
And I think they waited a hair too long. So, we got a little bit of a talking to here. Not the end of the world.
No one seems happy right now with the situation, but just got to play cool. Play it cool.
We've got another call. Guess the ref wasn't ready for the throw. Oh, nice shot that was deflected. Londonderry trying to find the handle now as they try to push it forward. Got about 6 minutes left in this half.
Londonderry seem to be taking control of things here.
They definitely seem to have some urgency in their play right now. And I think that strong breakaway through multiple defenders really added to their confidence. And here goes the same guy again.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was something. That's Brett McKinnon from Londonderry who's hammering through traffic there. And that was an unfortunate deflection. I thought for sure that was bottom crossbar and then sliding in, but it was bottom crossbar and sliding out. So a little reprieve for Merrimack. And here comes the ball. And refs weren't ready. Too many players on the field for Londonderry. So
try it again.
Reset. Unlike in football, no 5-yard penalty.
Nope.
No change of downs. Just do it again.
Just a do-over. A classic do-over.
A classic do-over. You are correct. It's a good boot. Londonderry first on the scene. And here comes the ball in for Londonderry. Merrimack able to clear that out, but Londonderry still in possession with a throw-in.
We have 5 minutes plus stoppage time Let's hear it for your Merrimack Tomahawks. Let's go Merrimack.
All right, so we're at the 5 minutes remaining mark, if you were able to hear the stadium announcement. And this is something we've talked about in previous years. Soccer behaves a little bit differently in high school in the U.S., and for some reason when we get to 5 minutes, we stop the clock, and the refs keep the remaining official time.
Interesting.
We get our full time in, we just do it a little bit differently. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why the two-ref system, although I will say, with the shortage of officials available, which you mentioned earlier,
Yes.
two-ref system might make it a little easier than a three-ref system. Because if my math serves me correctly, that is less refs needed.
Last I checked, yes. So that is it's quite fortunate. There's a lot of familiar faces with these refs. We need to get some fresh faces. Check it out at the NHIAA website if anyone has any interest in that. We thank them so much for what they do.
Absolutely, and you don't
allowing
need
these kids to
experience.
play.
They will train you. They will give you what you need to know in order to get out there and officiate some games. It's a good way to get some exercise. And on nights like this, boy, you just can't beat it.
Absolutely not.
And during those ice storms when it's blowing sideways, well, it's a different experience.
Bring your hat.
Yes, that's for sure. I'm always impressed with how calm our officials stay in the New Hampshire leagues.
Yes.
They see some interesting things, I'm sure, from time to time, and they always have composure and poise, and we really appreciate that because that sets a good tone for the game itself and for the kids as an example, and it sets a good tone for coaches and parents alike as well.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So thank you once again to all the officials down there.
Absolutely. All right, here comes Merrimack trying to put something together in the final minutes. CJ Fricano trying to set the play up. Londonderry shuts that down on the far side. Now, if I were Merrimack and I were getting ready for the second half, my big takeaway would be how much Londonderry has tried to move the ball down the near side on your TV screen, so
Yes.
Londonderry's left side. So if I were preparing for the second half, I'd be getting ready to defend the far side in the second half once we switch sides. It seems like they've got this side is their favorite, which obviously will be the other side in the next half. And I would be ready for some action in the far corner over there.
Which that grass is looking great.
Exactly. But now it's collecting dew.
It is.
Oh, a nice ball in from half field. Headed. Still in Londonderry possession. Shot.
Oh, that's okay.
Shoulder save.
Yep.
We'll go with shoulder. Flanders was ready for that one, though. Boy, he dove like came out of a cannon on the back side of that play, even though the ball never. I love it when they dive and the ball doesn't make it through.
Always got to be prepared. You got to appreciate
Absolutely.
the effort. Gold star down there.
Because if you wait long enough to know whether the ball is coming through, it's now behind you.
Yes.
All right, final seconds ticking away here. Got a little tangled up. Looks like nobody's worse for the wear. Good to see. Everyone's up. It's going to be call against Merrimack. Londonderry ball. Londonderry dropping all their numbers forward now into the box in the last seconds here. Other than a single defender at the far side of the circle for Londonderry. And here comes the ball. Nice ball in. Headed out by Merrimack. Londonderry first to the header. And we're going to get a trip call there.
Oh, trip call. I see. I thought he was just slipping.
Well, it might have been some of that too, but yeah, it's definitely going to get some slippery second half action here. But
So stay tuned.
Londonderry's got, I think, pretty much this play and nothing more. So you're going to get the kick inbound and a rebound or two, and then it's going to be whistled half. And there's a nice shot. Goes over.
I thought that was in for a second. This angle,
the way it bounced back into the back of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are still tied 1-1 in our mystery stoppage time. Referee's definitely looking at his watch on the far side. I think once this ball gets struck, we are going into halftime.
Tomahawks will head to the sideline for their orange slices.
Juice boxes.
Juice boxes, orange slices.
Yep. Ref is really studying his watch now. And there's half.
All right.
All right. Good first half by both teams. Merrimack, Londonderry, 1-1.
A very even match tonight for sure.
For sure, yeah. And given the records that I mentioned earlier, I wasn't sure how that was going to play out, but Merrimack is definitely holding their own.
Absolutely. And if anyone tuned in last week for the varsity volleyball game, you would know that that was also a very evenly matched game. Myself and Brian on the edge of our seats through that whole game. I think I want to say the second set, there was a tie 14 times throughout the set. They kept switching, switching leads and tying it back up. It was a very evenly matched game. No spoilers or anything, but no. Okay, spoilers. The Tomahawks won that game.
All right.
I think 3-1, and can also tune in tomorrow for another volleyball game, girls varsity volleyball, in the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium. Myself and Brian Gagnon will be calling that game, and that is at 6:30. Also against Londonderry, they'll be sending their volleyball girls back to face the Tomahawks.
Again, folks, concession stand is open. Please go visit the ladies of the Merrimack Striker Club.
And
we get snacks, soda, Gatorade, water. Support your team.
And I'm looking over at that concession stand. We had a Merrimack moment you could probably check out on the Merrimack TV app or on our YouTube page, the Merrimack TV YouTube page, about that concession stand. I'm looking over there right now, and from here it doesn't look very lit up. It looks like they need a little outdoor, maybe some outdoor lighting.
It does.
We have
very dark inside.
We have the guy in the booth downstairs, letting people know head on over and support the team.
They do seem to be open.
Get some snacks. Yeah, they're lining up now. That's for sure. Let's see. All right. Well, here's some news, Mark, that you might not have heard. This summer, Merrimack TV won a national award from the Alliance for Community Media.
Nice.
Yeah, an episode of our Merrimack Moment series was recognized as the best web-based program on community television in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. This award displays Merrimack TV's commitment to community media, fostering community partnerships, and shining a spotlight on the people that make Merrimack a wonderful place to live. So thank you for supporting Merrimack TV.
That is pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome. We're still riding high on that one.
Yeah,
so we got a
I
little
would
plaque.
think so.
Media Services Coordinator Nicholas Savalli, he went to Brooklyn to receive that award for the ACM.
Good stuff.
I think he had a great time. Did a little red carpet interview. Got a plaque you can swing by. And they're going to blast us out of here with some music here. But you can swing by during business hours. We'd love to see you. And anything you want to find out more about Merrimack TV, you can just email myself or Nicholas, Merrimack TV at merrimacknh.gov. And we will see you in the second half.
right, we are back for the second half action here in Merrimack, and we are underway. Teams have switched sides after their strategizing sessions for halftime. Merrimack is now attacking from right to left on your screen in their home blues, and Londonderry is in their away whites, attacking from left to right on your screen. We are tied up 1-1 going into the half. And as mentioned at the beginning of the program, Londonderry's record this year is 8-2. Big opportunity for Merrimack here. We'll pick up that thought in a moment. Some nice dribbling and, I think it was over the touchline. So anyway, yes, Londonderry 8-2 for the season, Merrimack 3-6 for the season, but tonight very tightly matched.
Absolutely. Both teams looking pretty good, just trying to find their way. Londonderry definitely picking it up at the end of the half there.
Yeah, they got a couple of interesting looks at the goal toward the end of the half. Some powerful dribbling through traffic, and I think that got them a little bit fired up and inspired.
Absolutely. I just want to remind folks there is a little bit of trouble down here with the scoreboard, so what you are seeing on the screen is fairly accurate. We have last-minute volunteer Frank Martin running that for you, so thank you, Frank. No relation to Matt Martin, who ran the scoreboard for football on Friday.
A couple of opportunities right there for Merrimack. Ball's coming into the area, and then a couple of Merrimack players on the scene trying to get a handle on it. And Londonderry managed to clear both of those away. We've got foul against Merrimack. Londonderry coming up to take that kick. Decent foot into the mixer, and
Bringing
cleared
that
away
head
by
down
Merrimack.
a little bit.
Yeah, that was
But
the
no,
exact
no
play.
feet in the area.
That was
so.
the exact play, Justin. You get a gold star.
We're going to pass them out left and right tonight here.
Londonderry passing around in midfield quite a bit, trying to find their opening. Merrimack says, not right now. And they're going to call that a high boot, and that was the very high boot that goes poorly with the low header.
Yes, here we
But
are.
Luckily, there was no low header on that one. So, good call for high boot because he was in traffic. And ball sent in for the final third.
Ref jogging out of the way there.
Yep. And that ball unable to stay in. It's going to be a Merrimack throw. Londonderry seemed a little surprised by that because they were about to go sprinting the other way. And now they're dropping on D. And that is going to be another Merrimack throw.
Yeah.
And now there's some confusion on the play.
Some confusion up here on my end.
I was
What the heck is going on here, Mark?
I was a little confused by the call myself. I believe it should have been a Londonderry throw, and
here we are.
the FAR official got that one right. So good to see that they corrected it. And here comes Londonderry. Oh, nice through ball. That could be trouble. Nicely cleared away by Merrimack into the temporary scoreboard,
Great.
which isn't working. So now it's probably working less.
It's just a ball stop right now,
Although
actually. So
maybe that impact would have jarred it into working. It connected whatever wires are loose.
would have truly been a Merrimack miracle,
It would have been.
alas.
Drew Flanders covers that one up, coming out off his line a bit, and towering distribution. Taken safely to the carpet by Merrimack, but taken over by Londonderry right away. And Merrimack trying to turn this one out. Centered the ball. Londonderry had opportunity, but I think Merrimack got a little lucky there. And here comes Merrimack. Nope. And here comes Londonderry. A lot of change in direction in this last couple of minutes here. All right, Merrimack trying to build up here. Ooh, little undercut there. And Londonderry now able to get it out of the final third. Transitioning through the middle. Some speed. 2 defenders with him. Wow, that kid's got
speed,
some
all right.
wheels. My goodness, Speed Racer found himself. And lo and behold, it was that
that last little tap from Merrimack.
that far side that I was saying Merrimack should be ready to defend based on the first half when they were coming down the near side.
Right again, Mark. Right again.
You know, we do not fool around at Merrimack TV.
Absolutely not.
Going to get a little handball call there. Hand was definitely in a natural position, but it was also definitely touched and deflected. So I think that's the right call. Yeah, it's one of the things they go to for the criteria of a handball is, was the hand in a natural position?
Interesting.
And if you watch a soccer game, especially, oh, what a great save by Drew Flanders up over the top. If you watch a soccer game and you watch what people's arms and hands do, none of it looks like it's a natural position. So it's
I'll have to
I
take
guess
note
natural for soccer is what they might be referring to.
Okay.
Because you know, everything's spread out for balance, and so I mean, if you saw somebody walking down the mall using their arms like they're out on a soccer field, you'd probably steer well clear of them. If that ball was touched in, I don't really.
That's an interesting play.
Didn't really follow that one, but it looks like neither team did either, so I don't feel that bad. All right, that ball's back to center field. Lone defender takes his time with it. And here comes Londonderry. Merrimack's got some good numbers back. But here's some trouble. Oh, nicely broken up by Merrimack.
Wow, definitely high traffic area there.
Little reprieve for keeper Flanders at the moment while he resets and gets ready for this corner kick. Oh, a nice curling ball in, headed away. And here comes Merrimack. Oh, good searching ball. Londonderry able to handle it at first. Merrimack stays on it. And that's going to be a Merrimack corner, I believe.
All right, yeah, I'd take it.
Yeah, they're going with corner. I couldn't tell exactly where it went out based on the flag position because there were some players involved, but this went over the end touch.
Yeah, we left the Merrimack TV binoculars back at the studio tonight.
That's it, along with the bat utility belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Merrimack trying to put something together in the box here. Londonderry breaking it up a bit. And some speed from Londonderry, broken up by Merrimack. Way to not overcommit by the Merrimack defender. Stand up the runner a little bit, and then just wait for him to make the play and then handle it. So cleaned up nicely by Merrimack. Merrimack faithful waving the flag for Merrimack Tomahawks down on the track. Some good ball movement by Londonderry now, and Merrimack's third. Broken up a little bit by Merrimack. I think that was Adrian Talbot on that play. In comes the ball. Ooh, looking for somebody, and the box was pretty empty.
Nice cross, but no one to receive.
It's an important part of that equation.
It certainly is.
Ooh, A nice save by Drew, who was already down on the ground from, I think, diving at a potential previous shot, and then was able to scramble and get that one as well. So. And here comes the distribution. Huge punt. Yeah, I think we're starting to see that slippery factor now, Justin.
Yeah.
Not just more people going to the ground, but when they go to the ground, they travel a better distance.
Yes.
Well, there's a dangerous ball, curving backward.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and it finds the back of the net.
Sneaks in. Flanders
not happy
asking
with
something.
that he saw on that play. I think he was looking perhaps for an offside call.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what's the matter you?
But, yeah, that was an unfortunate ball. So, 2-1, Londonderry.
I thought the Tomahawks were digging it out of there, but not quite.
That goal in the 11th minute of the second half. Of course, we count backwards in high school soccer, so you can adjust for your own calculations. Got an injured Merrimack player, it looks like.
Oh, boy.
Looks like maybe just cramping up. He's trying to stretch it out. It's not as warm as it was, but it's still very humid, so I'm sure hydration is going to become a factor as the game travels on.
Yeah, it's definitely cooled off quite a bit. If you're enjoying the game, check out more MHS sports action on the all-new Merrimack TV app on your Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Apple iOS, and Android devices. You may discover hundreds of programs from Merrimack TV, meeting coverage, local news, community
Fans,
shows.
it's a good time to stock up on some of your favorite treats over at the concession stand. Say hello to the Merrimack Striker Club. Support your Merrimack team.
School events, and so much more. Simply download Merrimack TV to watch the next game live or previously recorded games on demand. This is Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. And the players still down on the field. And finally up.
Justin, while you were reading that announcement, I couldn't help but notice that there is a light bulb in the booth, in the concession stand, but it's off to the side, and I think there's somebody standing in front of it.
Okay,
There's
all
like
right.
a single light bulb in there, but it does look dark.
It does look dark, but you can tell there's action going on when people start lining up.
It makes me think they need one of those Bell and Howell things you see on late night TV for 1995.
Yes.
That you could light up that whole area if those things actually work. I don't know if they do. I am not endorsing a product on television.
Fair enough.
All right, Merrimack now looking to get the equalizer as we move further into the second half. Glad to see the Merrimack player up and walking off on his own power. I hope it is just a cramping issue due to hydration. Nothing too serious.
I certainly couldn't get enough water before the game started here, so.
I'll bet. So you guys make it easy for people like me. I just show up and say some things, and meanwhile you guys have been here, you've set up.
Just sweating out the oldies up here.
Exactly, and then the game ends, and
is
you
it
get the other half to do.
Is it sweating to the oldies? Is that what it was?
Sweating to the oldies with Richard Simmons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Certainly felt that way. But yeah, we appreciate you and all of the commentators that step up and do the volunteer work here, Mark. You know, it's an unpaid position, and we very much appreciate anyone that's willing to do it, and we're happy to be setting up, and the commentators make the game all that much better, so thank you so much.
You guys make it fun and easy, and I appreciate working with you guys, and the huge raise that I got this year for my unpaid volunteers.
Yes.
So, yeah, very excited about that.
Multiples of zero.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Can't put a price on satisfaction.
Wounded Londonderry player down now. Looks like he's holding on to his shin. Might have gotten the underside of a cleat during that scuffle for the ball. Seems to be running it off. That ball never came in. So that actually should have been a Merrimack throw again, but they've sent it the other way.
Slipping around still. And while we're talking about volunteers, I just want to mention basketball and volleyball. You'll hear Brian Gagnon calling that game. Dave Carter and Ralph Carpentier actually stepped down this year from football, and we had Robert DeFelice has stepped up into that position, so we thank him. Soccer, of course, Mark, you're right here with me. And later on, you'll hear Andy Berkeley on hockey, who also does the on-field calls for football.
Oh, boy. That sounds like a busy guy.
Yes, most certainly. So thank you to all the volunteers. You can also email myself, Justin Slez, or Nicholas, the Media Services Coordinator for Merrimack TV, at merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov if you want to find out more, find out about some volunteer stuff.
Justin, you mentioned the amount of programming you guys produce, whether it's sporting events or community news or school committee meetings, and gosh, that was a big factor for us back in 2020 and beyond.
The days we shan't mention. Yes.
And I'm always amazed at how much programming gets produced with the amount of staff that you guys have. And I don't think that's something a lot of people are aware of. Oh, wow. What a great play by Drew Flanders dropping back. That ball was really dangerous. I couldn't speak during the play because we were kind of talking about something else.
I was just going to let you shower us with praise, Mark. I wasn't going to stop you, but
yeah, that is floating in the air, and I didn't know when to break. But that was some great recovery by Flanders, jumping back up and sprinting back to make that final sliding save.
Yeah, Mark, we really appreciate that. So we do. There are three of us, and we do our best to produce as much content as possible for Merrimack TV.
Yeah.
I know we'd love to cover more games, but with meetings and other events and such, there's only so much three of us can do.
Absolutely.
Plus the volunteers stepping up.
When I think of the number of events that you cover, the number of channels that you support, and now apps, and you've got technical difficulties from time to time that need to get resolved, I'm sure. And you guys make it look super seamless. And for three people to produce the kind of content that comes out of Merrimack TV is just a wonderful commentary on just how dedicated you guys are.
Well, I really appreciate that, Mark.
Merrimack is very lucky to have such a resource. Things are getting a little chippy down here.
Yes, it is.
More and more players are finding themselves on the grass.
Yeah, so I don't think it's the dew point.
I don't think so either. I'm starting to wonder when this near-side official might slow things down a little bit and have some words. I don't think we're to a dangerous point yet, but I'm sure the ref is keeping an eye on all of this. So you said you've got volleyball tomorrow night?
We have volleyball tomorrow night, and anyone listening now might be a little late on the replay, but tomorrow night the New Hampshire Department of Transportation is hosting in the Matthew Thornton Room an informational meeting about the Effie Everett Turnpike widening project coming up. So,
oh wow, that bar off the top cross, or that ball off the top bar. Yikes. A little reprieve for Merrimack as they reset. So yeah, that would be an interesting show. The widening project is pretty fascinating to begin with, and then to get some inside scoop on that would be pretty neat.
Yep, that's happening tomorrow evening in the Matthew Thornton Room. So you can come down, ask questions, and see what they have to say about it. But yes, we're also covering volleyball that evening as well. So gonna have to put a picture-in-picture up, I think, or maybe have the Merrimack TV app open to volleyball while you're in the meeting.
That might be.
I think.
Of course, when you jump up cheering
answer
during the meeting, then people are gonna wonder why. But
they're gonna be thinking, yeah, it's a pretty exciting project, but is it cheer-worthy yet? I don't know. See how we feel when we're sitting in traffic for the construction.
That's for sure. All right, we are just about halfway through the second half, 3/4 of the way through the game. And Londonderry is up 2-1 still. A lot of close calls in Merrimack's end just a few minutes ago. And now they're pushing the ball back into Londonderry territory, hoping to make some connections down there and see if they can't tie this thing up. And
slinging that ball.
I was watching that throw in, and I think the dew is starting to become a factor. That thing skipped quite a bit. It's got that roll slide action going on now that makes it a lot more difficult to clear out at times if you're on defense. It behaves a little bit irrationally.
Yes, and I feel like Merrimack has been on defense for a better portion of this half so far, Mark.
They have. I think whatever was said in the Londonderry camp during halftime, I think they got their wake-up call. Oh, that's a low searching ball. Those are always dangerous. That one's sent over for another corner kick. But, yeah, I think Merrimack's stepped up their D a bit as they deal with this problem that has been imposed upon them in their final third. But we'll see what they can do on this corner and if they can clear it out. And I know they'd love to move the game toward the middle of the field instead of in their own end. That's a good ball in. Almost cleared out as far as the edge of the box. Comes back in. That ball goes high and away for another corner kick.
All right. Cool breeze coming in.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Man. When that cold wind blows, it is blowing cold.
Yes, it is. That was a pretty impressive shot coming across the mouth of the goal.
That was a nice
Found that net. So we're at 3-1 Londonderry. Now Merrimack's really got some work to do in the next 18 minutes or so I think we have left.
Getting a little encouragement from the crowd. Let's see if they can pick it up here.
And we're back underway after stoppage for the goal. And here comes Merrimack, as if on cue. Broken up by Londonderry, headed down. Merrimack playing a little more conservatively now. They've got 5 guys back. They're keeping 4 back on defense and the midfielder. And I think they're not willing to expose the mouth of their goal as much anymore as we get closer to the end of the game, and they've got a point deficit to make up for. Pushed forward by Merrimack. Out of bounds for Londonderry throw. And pounded forward by Merrimack, and that's not going to stay in. So we're going to get a Londonderry goal kick out of that. Gives Merrimack a little chance for a breather, but here comes Londonderry on the near side this time.
It's like they have the ball all ready to go.
Yeah.
Serving it up.
And here they come. Oh, that was a nice layoff pass. Flanders not waiting for anybody to come back for that one.
No.
Says that one is mine and mine alone.
Send it back up to the other end here. Nice kick.
All right, opportunity for Merrimack here. Heavy touch, but it's going to stay in that gorgeous shaggy grass.
Wow.
Oh, just barely goes over. I thought that was going to sit in that corner, but
It really looked like it was.
I was quite wrong. All right. Goal kick for Londonderry. Got some parent activity in the crowd trying to get Merrimack fired up.
Bringing the enthusiasm for sure.
Absolutely.
But keeping it tasteful. So we thank him for that.
I couldn't understand him, so I'm glad to hear it was tasteful.
I don't know that I could hear him either. I was
With
just
the
assuming.
headphones on, I was just willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Which we all deserve, don't we?
Indeed so. Well, there's a good ball. Comes down right at the top of the box. Oh,
They can't
awkward touch.
seem to do anything with it here.
It's like it gets all the way to the 18, or they get inside the 18, and then they can't seem to make that final connection that they need. I feel like it's coming. All right, quick substitutions. Merrimack throw. And squirrely ball that's going to get shepherded over for another goal kick for Londonderry. And here we go. Londonderry slowing their pace down on distributions like that now.
Really nice boot.
Nice boot, and they're keeping the ball in their possession longer to try to wind this clock down. Got about 13 and a half minutes remaining in the half. And here comes a Merrimack potential attack. Londonderry's got a lot of numbers back still, and they're able to handle that one. And here comes the throw in. Merrimack pushing everybody forward now. Everybody's beyond the half line except Drew Flanders, sticking to his goalie line. He's way up at the top of the 18 now. And Merrimack looking to turn the corner here. A lot of touches.
Just can't seem to find a way
A lot
through.
of touches. It's like the pass that they're looking for just isn't open, so you get a few more touches, and then Londonderry scoops it up. This is good
Nice
header
header,
clearance. And that ball popped high. No settling on that one. Oh, almost turned that all the way out to the sideline. Londonderry sends that down for a throw in for Merrimack. And Merrimack's still trying to get into that final third and make something happen.
It's like you can feel it coming, but
And,
they just can't seem to get past the Londonderry defense there.
it's true, and as a reminder, the Merrimack goal was on a PK, so that's a different opportunity altogether.
Yes.
So they really have not been able to get separation in the final third from the Londonderry defense to be able to unload and really put a powerful shot together. Little referee obstruction, little jersey tug.
Spin move.
And Merrimack needs to get that ball settled and start putting some passes together again. Seem to be playing with a little bit more desperation right now. That ball broken up. And here comes Londonderry again. Oh, nice line. Oh, great
Wow.
save by Drew Flanders. That was really impressive. Super ninja reflexes.
Super ninja reflexes indeed.
All right, here we go. Distribution on the goal kick. I think Flanders wants that one back. Merrimack able to take possession anyway. And that ball is going to Go just outside for a throw. Here comes Merrimack. Numbers pushing forward. Of course, as they push forward, guess who's dropping back?
I have no idea.
It's one of the great mysteries of the game. All right, let's see what Merrimack can do here. Here comes a dangerous situation. Flanders able to clear that off outside the box. Londonderry still trying to advance. And fancy footwork by Londonderry. Then they settle for the clean pass out to the middle.
Faked me out.
It's broken up a bit. And Londonderry, number 13, Matt Doyle, doing a great job in that sweeper back style role. Not much getting past him. And here they come.
Oh, boy.
Big potential.
Nice.
Merrimack did a nice job shepherding the Londonderry player off of that ball without drawing any sort of foul. It's a tall punt. Merrimack definitely dropping their defensive numbers back. Not as much defensive presence in the midfield right now for Merrimack. Oh, and the deflected save, which unfortunately popped back out and was driven home with authority by Londonderry as we advance to 4-1 here. Got what do we have left? Got about 8 minutes.
8 minutes or so.
Yeah. So we're coming up on that mystery stoppage time.
Yep, we did have an injury, so I don't know how that factors in.
That should get added on to that mystery 5 minutes in order to play through full time. We shall see.
Like to thank Frank once again for running the virtual scoreboard for us tonight. Appreciate him stepping up and doing that. Thank you, Frank.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's also on the mic. I couldn't tell if he was doing some of the mic calls tonight as well. But whoever's down there doing that, they got the
same.
Yeah, they got the pizzazz for sure.
I don't want to swear to it. But yeah, Frank's got a good job because he didn't have to climb up this ladder through what Andrew and I dubbed the death hatch last year.
Yes, that is. It's something else.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It might be the most challenging part of the job.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's not for the most faint of heart, for sure.
If that ladder extended just another 2 rungs higher, it wouldn't be as treacherous. But,
yeah, I don't know if there's some sort of engineering feat that could be done to kind of be able to click up another couple there. Or it's just not happening.
I'm going to try to get my contract with Merrimack TV upgraded so that they actually come with a scissor lift or something and just lift me up off the back of the building.
That's great. Be negotiations. We'll meet you at the table.
Sounds good. It'll go with my infinite raise.
Your 2.5%.
Boy, Londonderry not taking their foot off the gas here.
They certainly aren't.
And some
Merrimack
interesting
looking a little frustrated right now. That was just off the camera, so I don't know.
Ooh, straight red for Londonderry. That is quite surprising.
Apologize to you at home. That was just off camera there.
Fans, let's all settle down. Remain seated. Let the refs take control of the situation.
An important reminder from downstairs.
Yes. Thank you, Frank,
So,
if that's you.
Very surprised by the straight red. Yellow for sure.
Mark, what did you see happen? It was just off my screen,
Oh, it
unfortunately.
was okay. Well, it was a little
A little tussly.
pushing and
Bustly?
shoving, and it escalated into arms wrapped around and ultimately somebody on the ground. And when you do that stuff, I generally advise not doing it 3 feet from the ref.
Yep.
It can definitely come back to haunt you.
Yeah, I'm sure you
So-
don't advise doing it at all.
I don't.
But if
I don't.
if you think you got to do it, which you
in-
don't,
In all my years of coaching,
keep
I
some
would
distance.
never advise that. But
Well, we got a little bit of a break here. I know we're not soliciting shout-outs tonight because, I'm trying to call the game with you, Mark, and I'm trying to run the camera. And this soccer, there's just not a whole lot of stop in the action here. But we do have someone has chimed in on the Merrimack TV Facebook page under the Merrimack Londonderry post here. It's Kendra Kylie Veluzzi or Keely Veluzzi. Apologies for the pronunciation. She says, "Great job, Justin and Mark. Go Tomahawks." So
well,
thank you, Kendra.
Thank you, Kendra. Nice to hear from you.
I always like being showered with praise.
We
I do
have-
well with positive reinforcement. So
We have not seen you guys in some time. Apparently, we're whistling this game dead early. So Kendra, say hi to Dan for us. Looks like we're going to miss the final 4 minutes. We've got an injured Merrimack player who looks like maybe is experiencing a nosebleed, which came off of the altercation that led to the red card. And I think the refs have decided things are chippy enough.
looks like it's over here.
It's time to go home. So probably a sensible call. De-escalate. The crowd was getting a little bit fired up over the situation. Players were definitely getting fired up over the situation, and I think the refs have made a wise call here.
Yeah, it's just
Before
not something you really want to see.
before
Kind of an
somebody gets
unfortunate end of the game here, which it
Yeah,
was
for
pretty.
sure.
It was pretty evenly matched in that first half, but
It was, and then that red card. That, I agree with them stopping the game. I have to say, because it was getting overly chippy. But that was the open door that Merrimack needed to try to put some goals together by playing up 11 players to 10 players. But that was not my call.
that is them's the breaks, I guess.
That's exactly it.
Thank you once
So-
again for joining us tonight on Merrimack TV. Thank you, Mark, as well. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for some volleyball. Me and Brian will be calling the volleyball game. Girls coming back from Londonderry. Thursday, if I check really quick on my schedule here, boys soccer is playing. And Mark, you probably know it, Manchester Central.
Yes.
So that is a 6 o'clock start time. So we'll be here for that as well. And we also, wouldn't you know it, we have a football game on Friday. I'll be in the studio calling the game I'll be mostly filling in a little bit of color here and there. Football's not my specialty. Be calling that with Rob DeFelice. So we'll hope to see you for that. The Merrimack Tomahawks will be playing Wyndham.
Well,
So-
great.
We'll be looking forward to that. A lot of sports this week. We'll hope
That's
you'll
for
join us.
sure.
And don't forget
Good
about that FE Everett Turnpike widening meeting tomorrow evening if you're interested.
Justin, will that be rebroadcast if I can't get that live? Can I watch that on the app?
The FE Everett Turnpike?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that'll be up on the app on demand. That'll be on our
Nice.
YouTube page as well. We do encourage you to, of course, download that Merrimack TV app. All new app, free to download on iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, pretty much anywhere you can get an app. We're loving it right now. So
Excellent.
once again, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Some interesting action, and we'll see what the Tomahawks bring on Thursday when they face Manchester Central. And as Justin and I were talking about earlier in the game, we do have 2 varsity girls soccer games coming up in just over a week, and
Yes.
just over a week and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
So we hope you'll join us for that. Thank you for participating in this broadcast, and Justin, as always, it's a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for watching at home. This is Merrimack TV, your community, your voice.